Forget the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy if you don't have these key things dialed in your lifestyle and home environment. I'm going to give you my top tips for improving your hormones. Whether you have really bad periods for any reason, heavy bleeding, pain, whatever, or if you're in perimenopause or in menopause and you're struggling with bad symptoms. Before you consider hormone replacement therapy, birth control, or anything like that, you need to try this first. My name is Emmanuela U. I'm a health and nutrition practitioner, and I've helped over 100 clients discover what optimal health really means for them. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of the useful and valuable videos that I put up on a regular basis. So, hormones. What are my top tips so you can have better hormones that does not involve hormone replacement therapy, bioidentical, or anything like that? Well, the number one tip is you need to improve the habits of your phone. If you're watching this on a phone and you're holding it in your hand, stop. Get a phone stand. Prop it up on a book. It doesn't matter. Get it out of your hands. Don't keep your phone in your breast pocket. Don't keep it in your crotch front pocket. Don't keep it near your pelvis. Keep it away from your private parts, from your lady parts, ladies. The second super ultra critical and easy tip is don't use lights after sunset unless they are red or black light, because every single time you turn on those lights after sunset, you are destroying and using up your sex hormones. You're increasing cortisol, you're preferentially diverting resources that would have been made to make progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, DHEA, whatever, etc., into making cortisol and stress hormones and spiking those too severely. So don't do it. It's a one and done type of situation. Once you curate your home lighting environment, you never have to think about it again. And trust me, if your spouse loves you, he's going to love how you feel after you do it. And of course, there is the blue blocking glasses for when you go to the grocery store. That's an easy one. There's no need to submit to yourself to the onslaught of those absolutely horrendous lights. If you visited Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those lights are horrible. If you're worried about no longer being able to spend evening dinners with your husband or your spouse, whatever, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, don't worry. Get yourself a pair of glasses that are stylish and fun and that you love, and use them when you go out to play. You could still play. You can still have fun. It's just about being smarter. Even your phone. You can still use your phone. I use my phone all the time, but my phone 90% of the time is connected via Ethernet instead of on data. I've got it on airplane mode with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi disabled, and I use an app called One Tap Zap. I also disable Find My Phone. This is key because if you have an iPhone, when you turn it on airplane mode, and if you have a professional meter or a high quality at home meter like the Cornet, and if you want the info to it, I'll send it to you. You can test it. And most of the new iPhones, most of the new updates, especially some of these things change with the iPhone updates, they actually make your phone emit all the same radio frequencies, whether you're on airplane mode or off, even with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi disabled, which is a shame because I do love my Apple devices. Sorry, not sorry. If you have an Android device, you are in better luck because I found that with the Android phones that I've had the opportunity to test, turning on airplane mode and disabling Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and location services does cut your emissions to pretty much zero. That is good news. Using a phone on Ethernet is simpler than it sounds. You just tell your friends and family to message you on WhatsApp, a Viber, Signal, whatever the kids are using these days, whatever your friends and family are using these days, Facebook, whatever. and you use internet-based messaging systems on internet-based calling instead of database calling whenever you can. And this can mean for you, for example, that you keep your phone on data during the day and you keep it arm's length away from you whenever possible. And then when you're unwinding in the evening, you plug it in. Maybe this is what your job allows. Again, it has to fit with what your job allows, but this is a huge tip I cannot emphasize. Forget if you're into EMF mitigations and you haven't addressed the device in your hand, don't waste your money. First, address the device in your hand. And please, for the love of God, keep it away from your boobs and your poor little lady parts. And the other thing is your wireless connectivity devices. So forget the Bluetooth headsets, please. God, no, that's a big no. Go back to wired. Wired, anything and everything. Wired is good. Better yet, when you're listening to music, exercising, going for your walk, listening to your podcast, download them on your device. Put your phone on airplane mode, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth disabled. Download One Tap Zap and click Zap. And use your phone with your headsets while it's not currently actively connecting. I have measured the bud of a headset, and unfortunately, it is quite hot. There is a lot of EMFs being emitted by it. So putting your phone on a headset over putting your phone on your head, well, is a smaller surface area, is targeting the part of your body with no blood-brain barrier. There's no blood-brain barrier in your ear. So any device that's in your ear is directly accessing your brain and harming your brain. Your neurotransmitters, the center of all of your hormone production. Right? Yes, come on. And then, of course, there is the sun. My other really top tip for your hormones is to make sure you get as much sun to your face, your neck, your breasts, and your crotch. Those are the most critical parts where you need full spectrum sunlight. That means no sunscreen, no sun protective wear, no UV hats, no sunglasses. Please don't do it. Of course, you need to build up your tolerance slowly. I'm not telling you to go out all day and tan nude in the Dominican Republic. Don't do that. You're just going to fry. First, you need to build up your skin's tolerance. You need to reset your skin's clocks so they know what to do with sunlight. Sunlight is useless to you if you've been around so much artificial light that your body can't actually use that information anymore. We need to restore the functionality of your body so we can use it. That means adding in sunlight slowly. You download like My Circadian or the Circadian app and the free version. You don't need to pay for anything. And then it tells you when UVA and UVB rises. And you're going to tan prior to UVA rise at the beginning and after UVA has set. The app will tell you that. And then you're going to tan before UVB rises and you're going to collect I call them red light tanning hours. And I do not mean to go and buy a fancy panel. Yes, I have one, but that is a different story. Because the life in the sun is going to be so much more powerful and it's free. So do that first. If you're struggling with a major issue or something like that, there may be a time and a place for a panel depending on where you live. But that is often not necessary and definitely not necessary at the beginning, right? Don't go for the panel first. People love to buy gadgets. I'm not here to sell you gadgets. I'm here to tell you the easy, quick, free things that you can do. Who doesn't love free stuff, right? Come on, let's take advantage of it. So that's my other top tip for better hormones. And the obvious ones that, of course, bear to be mentioned would be, avoiding fluoride in your water and your toothpaste, making sure that you're not consuming any endocrine disruptors in your cosmetics, in your soaps, in your creams, in your shampoo, in your cleaning products. It's actually simpler than you think to do that. There's lots of great solutions. Depending on where you live, you can experiment with that. I love to use this natural stone cleaner that I found works really well. But my favorite is actually a friend gifted me Enyo uh, set for cleaning, and you just use cold water. And the thing is, it works like a charm. Not only does it work like a charm, but I can clean the washroom in 1/10 the time that I did before when I was using a bunch of natural soaps where I had to like scrub it and then it just, anyways, I love those. And that's obviously non-endocrine disrupting, so that's an option. You figure out what works for you. I'm just saying it's easier than you think and you absolutely can do it. And once you adjust, it becomes easy after that. It's not going to be hard. It doesn't need to be hard. It really doesn't. My other super critical tip that, of course, involves a little bit of nuance, and I will make it into another video, is that while you don't want to use, saran wrap on hot surfaces or saran wrap plastic wrap in general, you want to avoid plastics as much as possible. There is such a thing as excess avoidance of plastics. For example, avoiding canned fish that's in high quality oil or from a reputable brand because of the potential risk of BPAs in the canning process. Whether it's BPA free or not, the plastic lined cans have their own set of risks. However, that is not a reason to avoid the canned fish. Why isn't it a reason to avoid canned fish? Because your body can deal with the onslaughts of plastic, which is ubiquitous in our environment, if you have good redox. That means your body's able to process and detoxify things without external aids. No need to buy detox supplements, no need to buy parasite cleanses, binders. No need for any of that. Your body can do it on its own if you give it the right tools. You can get rid of it, and the fish always outweighs the risks of the BPA or whatever it is canned in. Is it better to buy in glass? Of course. Is it better to eat fresh sardines? For sure. But if you don't have access, or you don't have the budget for it, or you just don't have the time, eat the damn canned sardines. Ladies, just eat them. The iodine in seafood and all of the minerals and vitamins are critical for your health. You cannot live without them. You are going to be okay with a little bit of plastic. Will I buy a thing of coconut oil in plastic number 1? Not if I can avoid it. But if I can't avoid it, I will. Why? Because I don't use plastic in my other stuff. I'm conscious as much as possible. I don't use any kind of endocrine disruptors in my soaps, cleaning supplies, cosmetic products, blah, 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 blah. And I know how to make sure my body knows how to get rid of anything potentially harmful that I'm consuming. And I know that the benefits of eating seafood and fish and getting myself some nice coconut oil or orange palm, what was it called? Red palm oil, even if I can only find it in plastic, is okay. We don't have to be perfect. That being said, when it comes to your phone, please, at least 90% do the thing, okay? That's more important than all the plastic consumption in the world. If you were to avoid all plastic, period, don't eat out of, be extremely strict with that, but you're using your phone, you're using wireless technologies to the max, I'm sorry, but it's not going to cut it. Okay, so let's say why. Why does this happen? Why are we now getting all of these issues with bad periods being more and more common, with perimenopause symptoms just going through the roof? Because let's just explain it simply. You have a lifespan of your hormones. They have a life. They have a beginning, which is when you enter puberty, and they have an end, which is when you enter menopause. Well, entering puberty earlier shortens the lifespan of your hormones. But not only that, anything in your environment that routes resources from the creation of hormones into the creation of stress factors, or anything that disrupts timing signaling to hormone production parts of your body, because has to be an extremely accurate and well-timed feedback loop. is going to destroy your hormones. Not only that, but there's something called zeta potential, which is destroyed by artificial light, non-native EMFs like wireless technologies, cell phone use, and all of that. And what it does is it's literally eating up your hormones. So let's say you have estrogen and you've got this much estrogen and you're 40 and you're sitting here. Now, all of this wireless technology that you are using and you've gone to here in a very short period of time, let's just say, okay, example. Can you restore it? Yes, you can. But how old you are and how bad your situation is and how trashed your health is going to affect how long it takes for you to see results, how extreme you have to go, meaning how many strategies you have to employ before you see really good results, and how long can you sustain them. And there is the point of no return. So please don't reach the point of no return. Rewatch this video, save it, and actually embody the suggestions that I've suggested to you. Oh, wait, I have one more. That's sunrise. Of course, I cannot forget about the sunrise. Watching the sunrise is going to improve your hormones way more than you think. There is a caveat to this. You must be outside. You can't be through a window. You can't be wearing glasses. You can't be wearing contacts. You can't be wearing sunglasses. There can't be anything between you and the sun. You shouldn't even have a screen between you and the sun because a screen sometimes can block a little bit of light. For sunrise, you need to be outside. You don't have to see the horizon, but you don't want blaring streetlights in your face. And you want to sit there for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. That being said, if you only have 5, do 5. If you only have 30 seconds, do 30 seconds. If you only have 5 seconds, do 5 seconds. Don't do nothing. Never do nothing. You always do something. Whatever it is, just anything, something. Your end goal is 15 to 30 minutes of sunrise. If you are struggling with a massive, amount of issues, then that time gets stretched out. The longer you stay outside for the sunrise hours, the more benefit, faster you're going to see. But let's just focus on what's easy and simple for most of you to do. Okay, so to recap, my top tips for improving your hormones that do not have anything to do with bioidentical HRT, fake HRT, whatever, is 1, improve your phone habits. 2, address the artificial light situation, especially at night. 3, get yourself a pair of blue blockers so you can go and have fun and go shopping without suffering from the onslaught of those horrendous lights. 4, clean up your cleaning supplies, your cosmetics, your creams, your shampoos, your toothpaste, and all of that. Slowly but surely. 5, eat seafood. 6, watch the sunrise. I hope I've remembered everything that I covered this and summarized it correctly. But if not, just go back and rewatch. You're going to catch important things that I'm mentioning again because I really want you to do these things. Because when you do, you are going to just love how it makes you feel. Thanks so much for watching this video, folks. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, and catch you next one.